Right, this is me reading my diary from the 7th of September 2006. I did a lot of writing on this day. This was written on the night before. It must be mow the lawn Tuesday, because it sounds like everyone has the mower out at 8 p.m. in the evening. I'm lying on my stomach and feeling very full. Yesterday, I think all I ate was a Mars bar and a packet of Twiglets. Today, I have eaten half a loaf of bread with peanut butter, a whole ginger cake, and a big drink of one thing or another. I'm hoping there is a bigger town not too far away. I really do feel full. I need to find some services with a shower or something. I definitely saw one at the services on the way to Assen. I should have made proper use of it then, I suppose. I'm wondering if I could dump my stuff here and just go for a bit of a walkabout. I suppose I still stand out a bit wearing all my bike gear. I'll wait until it's a bit darker, then go looking for the bright lights. I could wear my moccasins, but I still only have either my red leather jacket, or waterproof bike coat. I should have bought my gambling coat. I'm missing it already. I've missed a few things from the coat already. The torch phone charger thing for starters. I missed that quite a lot really, because it was handy at night as I was settling down. As it becomes steadily darker, I'm less inclined to do anything at all. The spot where I am is well hidden from casual passers-by, but I am overlooked from one or two back gardens. I've been spasmodically hunting for the map without much success, but I had better try a bit harder before it's dark. I'm over halfway down the second ginger cake now. I regretted all this ginger cake consumption later. It is alright saying something about not having food when you're stuffed, but I wish they sold baccy in smaller pouches. $3.60 is well cheap for 50 grams, but €12.5, 12.5 grams for €2 would keep me happy. Baccy only seems to be available in 50-gram pouches. I found a new toothbrush today, and with a Tic Tac for flavour, had a good brush of my teeth this morning. I'm going to need a good brush this afternoon too, after all the ginger cake I've eaten. I'll have to stop writing soon due to bad light, but I think I'll have a wander about on foot. It's 20 to 8 GMT. Sleep. 7 o'clock in the morning on the 7th of September 2006. Not a bad sleep last night. Enough of it anyway. I had some thoughts about going to Amsterdam. Maybe they were dreams. I've already eaten one peanut butter sandwich, and I'm going to have another. It's pissing down with rain at the moment, so I'm going to stay here for as long as possible. I was woken by a banging noise earlier. There are some builders working on a house nearby, and it sounds like someone has been cleaning out the muck bucket they should have done last night. Might call in a bit later and see if they can boil me some water for the flask. I'm eating another peanut butter sarnie now, and I can't believe what a bargain food I bought. 500-gram peanut butter, ginger cake, loaf of bread for less than €2. It has stopped raining now, but as no one has disturbed me, I'm going to stay here for a while. It's 6:30 in the morning GMT, and I've turned off my phone as the battery is nearly flat now. The braver side of me is saying, go to Amsterdam and sell your body, as if it won't do you any harm. The more rational side of me is saying that there will be plenty of pissed up Brits who don't need to take all that change home. Where is the airport? The PB sarnies are going down well, but I need something to drink soon. I do have 20 quid that I could change to euros, but I kind of wanted to save that for emergencies. You know you're in Holland, as orange is an okay colour to wear. I suppose in Britain you do see a lot of red, white and blue. Well, in Holland you see a lot of orange. There's a lot of tall people over here too. A modest kind of people I've noticed so far, not a flashy or showy bunch. I quite like them so far. Last night I was bitten quite a bit by mosquitoes. The tent does have a net door, but the bastards must have sneaked in before I battened down the hatches while I was writing last night. I noticed this morning that where I am camped there are a lot of reeds about. I suppose this might be quite a damp country, what with all the canals and everything. There's definitely a lot of water around the place, and water means mosquitoes. If I had seen anything that looked like Marmite, I would have bought some, not just because I love it, but I heard somewhere that it makes you give off a no-go area smell to mosquitoes. At the moment my feet are giving off a no-go smell to everyone, no-go area smell to everyone. I really would like a good shower. Maybe that's another good reason to go to Amsterdam. Man, I have to look at the map. Would I be able to stay in charge of my cock? Not sure what that's all about. Or would I forget all about it and get ripped off? Girls' stag nights, €20 to suck me off. Now I am dreaming. Still, they might like my music. They might let me have a shower in the hotels. The idea is becoming more tempting by the minute. The tent is covered in small snails between the two layers. The tent is still wet, but it's not raining anymore. I'm making another 2 peanut butter sarnies. It's nearly 8 AM local time, and no one has approached me yet. After breakfast, that is the PB sarnies. I will leave all my stuff on the bike and have a walk round town to see if I can find anywhere to wash. I do miss not having a chair to sit on and a table to lean on to write. When I'm busking, I'm sitting on my arse all day on hard ground, and it must be a classic case for a dose of Farmer Giles. I feel like I could do with a rest again. Despite the fact there is a path going through the undergrowth near the tent, I've not seen anyone use it yet. It's 8 AM. 3 clocks have just struck. Only the sounds of a few cars about. Now one bell is calling people to prayer. Maybe I could have a bath there. I'll have to stop writing in a bit and think about looking at the map. dogs barking in the not too far distance. I just can't seem to be able to settle very comfortably at the moment. I cannot kneel because of my broken legs. My femur still feels very fragile if I put any weight on it at all. My right knee has been no good for kneeling since 1990. I will have to settle for lying on my stomach with my feet in the air. Sort of. I'm not lying on my side now, trying to get into a better position to go to read the map as well. I think there is a mosquito in the tent stinging me every now and then. Looking at the map, Amsterdam is about 110 kilometres from here. It is now pissing down again, and I'm half tempted to strip naked and stand out in the rain to rub myself down a bit. No one is overlooking me. I could strip naked. I have stopped short of running round the tent naked and have comprised. I have opened the porch and I'm now sitting with my bare feet out in the rain. I'm looking for a KFC wet wipe thing I had in my bag. No joy with the wet wipes, but I did stand naked in the rain. The rain was not very warm and not as heavy as I would have liked, but I had a bit of a rinse if nothing else. No one has disturbed me so far, so I think I must be suitably out of sight to be able to go and have a wander on foot. I would just take a carrier bag with me and my guitar. I'm quite happy just sitting here, actually, but the idea of 50 grams of baccy is really appealing to me at the moment. If I can find an exchange place, I suppose the travel agent would do. I'm going to leave all my stuff at the tent and have a wander. It's 9:28 now. It's raining so much now that I do not even fancy walking in it. I think my feet smell a bit better having washed them in a puddle in the porch outside the tent. I'm going to leave my feet out in the rain a bit longer. The idea of cashing up my 20 sovs at a travel agent is appealing to me now as it continues to rain. I reckon I should get at least 25 euros. That would be enough petrol to reach Amsterdam and 50 grams of baccy. I think that has to be the way forward. If I set off this afternoon, I could stop at Emmen or Hoog on the way. There's no way I'm going to pack the tent up while it's still pissing down, so I may as well go for a walk. Being a bit prone to idleness, I have made another PB sarnie. At least I can make sarnies in the tent without anyone watching. I'm now as sure as I can be that the tent will be all right here if I walk into town. The rain keeps stopping and starting. The tent is going to be too bleeding wet to pack up in this weather anyway. I seem to remember MCN saying 10 karte were having an open day either before or after Assen. I do not hear much sign of life from the offices yet. What I really need now is a hot, strong cup of coffee and a fag. I'll have to go and find some money. It could be a long walk, but that would be cheaper anyway. 11:50 local time. I feel like I've been walking for hours. I have. I've been walking down a long straight road beside a canal since I left my parking space this morning. I've passed a garage where I filled my flask and past a bike shop, I remember, but I could not find the pedestrian area where I was busking yesterday. I've not found the Lidl shop either. I hope now I'm going to be in time to find somewhere to change 20 quid. I'm gasping for a drink. I would settle for tap water if I could find a public toilet. I'm seriously thinking about taking a swig from the canal. The weather is brightening up a bit, but I still do not fancy the long walk back. I suppose if all goes to plan, I should be able to stop for a fag break, so it should not be too bad. Oh well, I'd better press on. I'm gasping for a fag too. As it has been raining, most dog ends will be too wet to smoke. At bleeding last, I'm sitting at a bus stop 15 metres away from where I was busking yesterday. It is 1 o'clock local time. I'm sitting outside a cafe not 15 metres from where I was busking yesterday. The difference is I'm feeling is unreal. I've just worked out. Yesterday I was surviving. Today I'm living. The coffee is gorgeous. At €1.90 it should be, but I'm seriously tempted to have another. I can hear Monster on the radio. I was thinking last night, even when I do have money, I will still have the odd night in a tent, especially if I have less stuff to cart about. I finally found a bank to change my last 20 quid into euros. The girl was very helpful, but not very efficient. She blamed the computer still being asleep. In the bank beside the till, instead of the usual broken pens, was a bowl of apples. They smelt absolutely lovely, so I asked if they were for customers to eat, just in case they were for decoration. She said they were. I ate 2 and put 1 in my pocket for later. I've just made good use of the cafe's disabled toilet and had a bit of a clean up. I do feel a bit better, but should have remembered to bring my towel. I stopped short of sitting on the baby changing mat to wash my feet as I did not think it would take my weight. Now I have money again, I will be able to buy a bar of soap, I guess. I was just thinking that you do not need a lot of money to survive, but it's the moving about that costs the money. It's a beautiful day with blue but cloudy sky. I wish I could take my top off. I'm now smoking Jacob's Select Zack Smark, whatever that means. It smokes okay. The local Rizzler made skinning up feel like you're using Basildon Bond writing paper. I mean, I know I use red Rizzlers, but it reminds me of burning rubbish when I was a kid. It smells like burning newspapers and cardboard boxes. As I sit here in full view of everyone, I'm making a cunning plan to wash and B, find a coffee shop where I can play. I'm going off the idea of playing outside during the day. Dutch women are gorgeous, from an early age I reckon. Riding around on their tall camel-like bikes does make them look majestic as they glide past. I will definitely buy a pad in Holland to come and chill out one day. Although it is great when the sun is shining, it does feel it could piss down at any minute. I will be very lucky to be able to walk back to the tent without being soaked. It must be about 4 miles. I've been to the bank and changed both my 20s to save transaction charges. I had €4.02 this morning. I spent €4.50 on baccy, and I've spent 4 on coffee. Even though this place is well friendly, I cannot stay in this cafe anymore. I'm going to Lidl to buy some soap, coffee and bread. And I'll stop this now because I've been reading for about 10 minutes. So I'm just I hope that's worked out all right, and then I'll read some more later. I stopped writing at 1:45 in the afternoon.